So if I'm looking at, say, well, for instance, this volume imbalance right here. Did you see me take a trade there? Did you see me enter it? No. It's something for you to watch and measure order flow. Order flow is how you're reading how price moves from one level to another level. I outlined between this level here and this level here, I wanted the 50% level of that, which was what? 4103.25. What's the low of that candle? You're looking right up here, okay? The low of that candle comes in at 4103.00. So now when we have levels like this, see these wicks here? We have the wick there, this wick there, we have a wick here and here, and it's just one single candle. I don't want to see it trade back up into that area. I want to see it remain heavy because we've had multiple times passing through that range. So it should act as a balanced price range and not want to go back up in there. Because if it does trade back up in there, then it's probably going to have a deeper retracement and come back up into this area, which in my mind is problematic for me getting to my target, which is within an earshot of where it's at now. So when I'm calling out PD arrays, specific fair value gaps, volume imbalances, I'd like to see it do this, I'd like to see it do that. The worst thing you could do is read into that and thinking, oh, he's communicating that's a trade entry. Every time I mention a PD array, every time I do that, it's simply me giving you a reference point like I mentioned here on this one, talking about the volume imbalance. Just like I was calling it live in yesterday's market review. I was talking about very specific things. Watch the reaction to price. And what you're doing is you're measuring, does it respect that? Now, what would have happened if it would have traded through it? Am I going to go into a tissy fit and say, oh, and huff and puff and be mad because it didn't respect that PD array? No. I'm taking that as insight. I'm reading it, internalizing it, and saying, okay, it went through that one, so what's the next one I have to be watching? Because if it breaks through 3 of them, then I'm probably not on side anymore, and my interpretation of order flow is not accurate. So if I have a stop loss that's likely to be hit, I can do what I did today and neutralize it and not let the stop be hit at all. Now see what we're doing here? We're trading up into this area, which is what I said I didn't want to see it do. Because it's doing this and trading up into here, my eye is right here at the mean threshold of that candle, this up close candle, 4107.50. If it goes through that, then I'm probably going to close the trade and be content with it. And that's that. So reading and interpreting each individual PD array helps you without having to have any kind of like depth of market on the right hand side. You know, there's ladders and such, or volume profile. You don't need any of those things. You just need to see, does price continuously keep offering resistance in the form of the PD arrays, the things that would key up a new trade, not necessarily that we're taking a trade or that I'm entering on a trade, like the volume imbalance that was mentioned here. Watch that. Did you hear me say go short? Now, some of you probably went short there, and you probably already took profits based on the lines that's already been here, me closing my trade, and you probably mimicked that, and you're doing everything wrong. But every time I mention a specific element of price action and the things I'm teaching you, you're looking at that and seeing how does price react to it. Now, the reason why I'm teaching this and teaching this way of doing it is because you don't know, I don't know, which specific model or approach and what is your multiplier going to be. What's the PD array that you're going to use continuously more than anything else?